Hi, my name is Nonima Tigela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Guys, this is going to be my last video for the day. I'm tired. The time is 02:34 a.m. Guys, I've been working, creating this content for you. Yo, I'm tired now. I'm going to sleep, I guess, the entire Sunday. Um, so now the video that I want to do, which is going to be the last, is that I just realized, Uguti, what could have happened to the accused if this case did not make it on TV, on national TV. If we did not get the opportunity to watch this case, follow it, and create these YouTube channels, have these TikTok lives, and talk about the case, what would have happened to Bongani Dance, who does not have any single criminal record? What could have happened? Like, there is a lot that I want us to unpack when it comes to that. I just need 10 minutes and then we unpack. And then, yeah. But before we do that, guys, please make sure that you do not forget to like, to share, to comment. And most importantly, please make sure that you are subscribed on the channel. Please make sure you are watching the videos up until the end and you are watching the ads that are coming through. Guys, also, please make sure you do not forget to bless the channel with your super thanks. It helps a lot. We are making changes into a lot of things. So buying equipment and all of those things. So please, guys, make sure you support the channel. And also, engagement is key. It helps a lot when it comes to the channel's growth. Okay, thank you so much. Now let's get into this. Do you understand that if ever I think if ever this case never made it to television the way it is, we would have never known, or never we would have never learned the lessons that we've learned from this case. We learned a lot. We know now what not to say when you are with the police, even if they arrest you, even if they beat you up, you know what you must do when you get to court. Report, open cases. We know now. You report, you open cases against people, you check people's names that are arresting you, the people that are beating you up. You know what to do because we learned from this Senzo Meyiwa case. And also from this Senzo Meyiwa case, we are discovering that there was a perception and an impression that was created about the accused, that they are dangerous people, blah, 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 blah. We're not saying they did not do the crimes that they did, those that have crimes that they have done from 2 up to 5. We're not saying they are innocent of those crimes. We don't know, but they are serving time in jail, okay? They are paying for their sins. However, when it comes to the Senzo Meyiwa case, some of us, including me, have maintained that, yeah, we can see that you are arresting 5 people. From 2020, Nohal, we've been saying that actually, nah, the first thing that made us realize that these people have nothing to do with this is the chick that they had, who number 3 and number 4. 3 and 4, they were very cheeky. They were like, stand in sandboxing yokuthi ngimthola for in. Why must I go to a box when I don't even know why am I here? Do you understand? So I suppose in cases where they were arrested and they knew what was happening, they did not have a problem with going into the I choose box. But when they were arrested and they didn't know why they forming part of a Senzo Meyiwa murder case, they were like, Nyastake. I remember the video. There's an interview that was done by Robert Marawa with Oli. I don't remember what's his full name, but Oli, what from from Newsroom Africa. Yes, from Newsroom Africa. What Robert Marawa says that he understands it, but I might not be quoting him right, but he says he's not shocked with how they are behaving 3 and 4 because duh. And then he said a lot of things. I do have a video where I posted a clip of him saying all of the things that he was saying. You do know about this if you are from this channel. Otherwise, go look for a video that has a Robert Marawa thumbnail there. Then you will see what I'm talking about. He was not surprised with their behavior because everybody is surprised why they. It's a lot in the sense to me. And then Now you will sit and think after the entire week that we were dealing with, when these things are getting exposed like that by the cross-examination of Umnisi, you are asking yourself as a person, can't this impression that the state created and put out there about the accused and about the solid case, now we are looking, where is this solid case? We are looking for the solid case. The cold solid case is nowhere. There's no solid case now because DNA excludes the accused. The cell phone evidence is saying they were never, the accused number three's phone is saying he was never there, but they're saying he is the gunman. The gun situation is also very questionable. Open bag. The witnesses in the house said that they saw a gun with a wheel, meaning it's a revolver. And there are a lot of statements that are in that courtroom that were read regarding a revolver, including the brigadier himself. He has an affidavit that speaks about the revolver. Yet now we are forced to accept the 9mm situation as if we are crazy as the country. It's the undermining of our intelligence for me. It's the undermining of our intelligence for me. These people that are busy cooking the case, they undermine our intelligence. And then the other thing that you would know if you are watching the case on a daily basis, the YouTube app, you will find that there is a group of people. If it's not one person, I remember there was someone who was like, I've checked the IP address. This Mrs. M, this Walter Ndlovu, there were other names. Is the same person because the IP address is the same. The people that can check, they saw that it's the same person. Their business is to say the accused are guilty. Brigadier is a brilliant brigadier, this brigadier that, Baloyi this, Baloyi that. And that time, the case, the entire week has been crumbling in front of them. And all they are doing is to bash Mnisi, saying that Mnisi doesn't know what he is doing, blah, 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 blah. And it's not holding. It's not even holding. And then one would be asking themselves, what could have happened to the accused if this movie that we are watching regarding Senzo Meyiwa's last day on earth was not broadcasted? What could have happened to Bonga Ntanzi? What could have happened to the guys, all of them? That is how sad the state has become of the entire situation. It's a sad state to realize Bonga Ntanzi could have been serving a lifetime sentence for something that he did not do. And there is someone who is sitting somewhere in the corner of Gauteng and is living their life large. Abanye, emakhaleni and so forth. Happy, enjoying their lives, knowing very well what happened to Senzo. But there could have been people that will be serving a lifetime sentence for something that they did not do. This is so sad. Whoever fought for this case to be broadcasted did a great service. Did the Lord, you know what? That's why I always speak and say that it is only God who, his footprint, you can see his footprint, his hand in everything that has this. There is always a loophole. If not, there is always something good, because if this case was not here, we were not going to be out here speaking about it like this. We were never. We are speaking about it because we are seeing the miscarriage of justice that is about to happen. Everything that is about to happen, we can see because of the behaviors in that courtroom. We have seen horrible things, strange things that Trump has seen about South Africa. We have seen all of that happening right in front of our eyes. And the question remains, if this case was not broadcasted, what could have happened to the accused by now? To show that we are acknowledged as the public that is watching and following the case on a daily basis. I remember Mnisi, when he came back, was it on Monday? He was like, good morning, South Africa. I was like, Usho Tina. Uti, good morning to us. we are known there in those corridors of the judiciary, but there are those YouTube channels, Abo Noni Matikela, Abo Bongani, Mzansi Unfiltered, Abo SA Infotainment, Mzansi Reality, Clantis Dumakude, Kwazi Bear, I don't remember, Stembiso Ngoma, the Zebra Channel, the Fix, is it the Fix? Yes, the Fix Channel. There's a lot of channels that are talking about the case. Who else? Zima Sandlela. I think Mandela is also talking about it. There's a lot of people that are talking about the case. There's a lot. And who are talking about the case for what it is. Then there's a drop, maybe 2 or 1 channels that are saying the guys are guilty. But most of the channels are like, now when they are analyzing, and there's Patricia Mashele's channel, the Real Mastermind Patricia's channel. We are all talking about the same thing. We are in line, we are aligning because we can see what is happening in that courtroom. And we are not doing this because we want to shine or pro channels or what. No, we are concerned about the service of our justice system. This is our country, after all. This is our country. And Mandela said, if the ANC government does to you what the apartheid government did to the country, please do exactly what you did to the government of apartheid. So these are means to us to actually fight for what is right. That is how we are fighting. Imagine someone does something wrong and they want to go scot-free and not pay for their crime. These ones are paying for their own crime. Why not them? Why not them? No, guys. No. No. So the situation is there, Gesana. The question is, what could have happened to the accused if someone? That is why we will always say that Utefo has played a huge role in this case. His time came, he played a huge role because he was there in the forefront at that time. Usungobile Mapisa naye, I must say, she did a great job to make sure that no Sfiso Meyiwa, to make sure that it is there on television. They did a great job. We must give, if it's just them, we give flowers to them, and we also give flowers to the other people that form part of the people that made sure the case is broadcasted. Because, hi bona. Anyway, guys, what are your thoughts when it comes to this? What do you think? Do you think that I'm saying that when I come to the realization of what could have happened if this case was in 2020 finished, people were sent to prison. Hey, but Jehovah was like, no, not on my watch, not going to happen. That will not happen, not on my watch. I refuse. I refuse to have that happening on my watch. Watch on Jehovah. And there are footprints. I tell you, there are as much as bad, there are casualties in this case, people that have died, a lot of them, but there is a footprint of God. And when the rug has been pulled right under people's feet, a lot is going to it. If we think that Mnisi has done an incredible job in exposing, now wait until God himself will be like, awuvala umkhusane or awuvulwe, whichever one azoyenza, awuvalwe or awuvula umkhusane. You wait and see, guys. You wait and see. Anyway, what are your thoughts when it comes to all of that? Thank you so much. I will see you on our next video. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.